Try to keep up.
That all you've got?
Not even warm.
You cut corners.
I read the roof.
Still here.
Pick a smoother line.
I'll make my own. Together?
Clean. Not bad, power line.
Not bad, shortcut. Again?
You first.
That parkour sequence took me less than an hour to put together. I didn't spend hours trying to force a cloud model to understand basic camera tracking either. See, what we local users are really missing right now is this exact level of control inside a single, unified canvas. We usually sit on our GPUs, fighting with VRAM limits, running models and just crossing our fingers that the final output doesn't mutate into some weird monstrosity. So today, we're taking a look at Topview Canvas. This isn't just another text-to-video generator. It's actually the world's first storyboard-first infinite canvas for AI video creation. Instead of typing out a paragraph and just hoping for the best, you're visually planning your entire film. We're talking character sheets and frame-by-frame storyboards. You get absolute control, so you know exactly what you're generating before you even hit the button. And it's not just about creating high-octane action scenes either. You can totally use this for educational stuff too, like putting together a stunning historical explainer like this one.
Over 2,000 years ago, on a small island off the coast of Egypt, ancient engineers achieved the absolute impossible. They built the Pharos of Alexandria, the world's first colossal lighthouse. Rising over 300 feet into the sky, it wasn't just a tower of stark white marble. It was an architectural triumph of pure mathematics and monumental scale. Massive wooden cranes hoisted multi-ton stones into perfect geometric alignment against the brutal Mediterranean winds, transforming ancient material science into reality. At its peak, a massive polished bronze mirror captured the fierce golden sunlight, throwing a brilliant beam across the turquoise sea, guiding ships safely to harbour through raw engineering power.
Now, this isn't perfect, and there's definitely room to improve, but realistically, one person pulling this off in under an hour? That wasn't even possible a couple of years ago. That's the real value Topview Canvas brings to the table. For this one, I wanted extreme historical realism. We're talking raw white marble, massive wooden pulley systems, and a polished bronze solar mirror reflecting the Mediterranean sun. Let's start right from the beginning. Click the link down in the description, and you'll be directed to the Topview platform. Once you're there, select the Canvas option and hit Start Creating. This is exactly what you'll see when you open up your canvas for the very first time. Over on the left, you've got a few options. If you click right here, you'll see the Select tool and the Hand tool. Honestly, the easiest way to swap between them is just using your keyboard shortcuts. Press H for the hand and V for the arrow. Right below that, you have a few more options. But the real star of the show here is the fine-tuned autonomous agent. This guy is going to save you hours. It plans everything out and basically lets you bring your wildest ideas to life in a matter of minutes. You just chat with it, toss out a rough idea, and it helps you brainstorm. It acts like a full-on pre-production team, suggesting visual styles, character profiles, and even specific environments. If you're just looking around and exploring, this window right here has some solid inspiration for you. And if you click over here, you can actually select the specific model that powers the agent. Let me break down exactly how I created that parkour clip you saw at the beginning of the video. Topview Canvas is powered by Seedance 2.0. Now, as a dedicated local model enthusiast, I've got to be completely blunt with you guys. Right now, on our CUDA setups, we lean pretty heavily on models like LTX 2.3. Let's be honest. LTX 2.3 is fantastic for slow, atmospheric, and subtle movements. But the second you ask it to render a high-speed, fast-paced action scene with complex camera cuts, like leaping across a rooftop gap, it completely falls apart. Limbs merge together, the physics completely break, the depth of field gets entirely confused, and the whole thing just turns into a hallucinogenic mess. So, here's the actual canvas I used to build that parkour scene. You can zoom into the canvas simply by clicking right here. Next, let's click on the agent so I can show you exactly what my workflow was. I specifically wanted to create something that our local models really struggle with. We're talking a high-speed, modern parkour chase packed with intense actions, sprinting, vaulting, and sliding. And this is what the agent came back with. Here's the opening scene, then we move to the mid-scene, and finally, the closing shot. Next up, the agent generated a draft for the rhythm and shot language, and to top it off, it even gave me a solid recommendation for the clip durations. That's pretty much it. I highly recommend always reading through the agent's draft meticulously. You can go in, tweak the prompt, adjust your camera angles, and keep generating images until the frame perfectly matches your vision. You have total control over the entire process. Once you're happy with it, just type OK, and it pulls up the style preview. If that looks good to go, hit OK one more time, and the agent generates your final approval style card. After creating that style card, all you do is type Continue to generate your characters and get a preview of the environment. Here's Marcus. This one is Sky. And right here is the coastal metropolis rooftop system. Now you've got all the assets you need. If you're satisfied with how everything looks, simply type Continue again, and that instructs the agent to generate the scene script previews. Here are the character sheets, and here's the first scene. Just imagine how long this would have taken if you had tried to create all of this by yourself from scratch. You can easily add any extra details you want, or just strip out the things you don't want showing up in your final generations. Just make sure you've selected Omni-Reference right here, so you can feed it all the structured reference material you just made with the agent. The system uses this really clever @mention logic in your prompts to assign specific jobs to each file directly on your canvas. And that's literally it. From there, just click on Generate, and once all your clips are ready, you can click on them and select the Add to Timeline option. Here's the timeline editor. After dragging in all the clips you need for your final cut, just go ahead and click the Export button up here to download your finished video. By the way, here's a quick look at the canvas I used to generate that historical explainer for the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Topview's canvas is honestly a massive win for anyone wanting to create actual short films, commercials, or episodic dramas where visual consistency is absolutely mandatory. It really forces you to think like a proper director rather than just an AI prompter. However, you do need to be mindful of your credits. Rendering out full 720p clips with Seedance 2.0 isn't free. My advice? Use Topview Canvas to generate your base 720p shots specifically for those scenes where you need heavy action and absolute character consistency. Then, download those clips and run them through your local comfy UI workflows for upscaling and interpolating the frames. Basically, combine the brains and control of Topview's canvas with the brute force of your local GPU. If you want to stop gambling with your video generations and actually take control of your storytelling, check out the link in the description to try Topview Canvas for yourself. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.